Okay, what is the force of 2,100 pounds per square inch over a circular flange with a radius of 8.5 inches? This is, I actually used to test things with a pressure meter up to 2,100 psi and even higher pressures too. Anyway, it's got a radius of 8.5 inches. So this is a circle. So our area is pi r squared, right? And then notice that this is pounds per square inch and the answer is in pounds. So we're just going to keep everything in pounds here. And I'll get this area in square inches. So it's pi times 8.5 inches squared, right? So let's get square inches. Pi times 8.5 squared, and that is a whopping 226.98 square inches, right? Okay, and then we have 21 psi for that over that area, right? So pressure is force divided by area, so therefore force is pressure times area, right? So it's going to be 2,100 pounds per square inch, right? That's what psi stands for, right? And then that's times 226.98 square inches, right? All right, we have to multiply, so times 2,100. Well, that's just a lot of force. Okay, that is 47658.1454 pounds, right? We have how many sig figs? 2 sig figs. So 4.8 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds. To put that in perspective, let's divide by 2,000. That's a ton. 238 tons of force. You know, that's pretty amazing, right? When I was right out of high school, I worked in a factory that my sister was an engineer at, and we tested these pressure meters, and they had this giant flange, and they had all these bolts around it, right? And you had to tighten up. Basically, I had to torque these things down quite tight. And there were like 10 of these bolts, and they were giant bolts that you'd tighten down to test the sensor. And then you'd crank it up to 2,100 psi. And I noticed one day that somebody was putting in only every other bolt, right? And I'm like, it's kind of a lot of force per bolt, right? I think it was like 2 tons of force per bolt, and they were putting in half the bolts, so it was like 4 tons or something like that. Anyway, yeah, be careful.